Cześć Siemka, jestem Paweł, tak to prawda. MC ze mnie żaden, nie wygrywam bitew, polski hip-hop mnie nie znam. No tak, zaraz, ale przejdźmy do sedna.
Hello, my fellow internet users. It's good to see you back in my studio, Warsaw, Poland. Yeah, I see you there in my camera while you see me here on my sofa. And first of all, guys, thank you for all your reactions, your comments, your support on my latest video on Smart EQ3 by Sunnable. Actually, Sunnable guys contacted me. They said thank you, and many other people contacted me, wanted to talk to me about this. It's all terrific, and really thank you. And as you know, I always try to reply in the comments to each of you, so you really know that I'm there to talk to you. And my only concern, because you know what, my channel is getting kind of really alive, and I have a feeling that it might grow like big one day. I don't know, I don't have that intention even, but it might be so. And my only concern is that I'm not gonna be able one day to reply to you all in person. And that bothers me actually, because I really totally enjoy talking to you, doing audio and music. So, if you like the channel, this time I remembered about this actually, if you like the channel, if you like the studio, if you like the vid, drop me a comment down below. I'll try to reply to all your questions. Hit that notification bell and of course, and first of all, subscribe so you're the first to know about all the new videos that are ahead. And today, there's one more topic that's in my head for like months now, because you know, I see this on the web all the time, and I believe this is easy to fix because it's a huge mental mistake that people make or try to make, asking the wrong questions like, would it help? Take a look. Would it help to record my vocals okay? Yo, would you go for this to make an album? Is that gonna be studio-like, guys? Etc, etc, etc. There are more things like that, starting from CARTON X, through some foamy, tight boxes, to some professional sound shields like this one. And you know what? Some people say, yeah, go for it, it surely is gonna help. Some people are like, no, we are professionals, it has no chance to help. But did you ever see anybody really like testing it all out? Like in a room that has some reverb in it. Does it help? Today, this is what's going to happen. All right, so believe me or not, but that was the first time I carried anything like this to any of my previous or current studios. I don't do this. This is some solid styro, and these are, it's a nice briefcase, like really, I have a jacket, I'm like, cartons. We're gonna make a sound booth out of it to see if it works. Then we're gonna take some dense and actually acoustic foam to create a tight box to see if that works. And that's gonna be kind of a mid-level. The previous one was amateur, this is mid. And then we're gonna take a professional sound shield. Why do I say it's professional? This one is made by MARANTZ, and it's written MARANTZ Professional. These guys are claiming that this is a professional product. And now I'm gonna tell you what I think about this and people who are using this. All right, I don't mean to offend anybody, but let me say straight, I believe this will not help to reduce your reverb significantly, while it can color your sound and recording in a bad way. This can do more harm than good. And to test it out, really, I'm gonna make 2 handmade boots, and I'm gonna take this shield and I'm gonna make 3 vocal recordings to test it all out, to mix it with music and to see what's up there. And I have also some guesses about it, but I'll tell you my guess about each of these when we start constructing the boots. And now the place we're gonna take our recordings. This hall is the most reverberant room in the whole studio. It's moderately reverberant, but still it is reverberant. And this is like our model untreated room to take our vocals. And to make it all happen, I will become a rap artist for just one evening today. And I beg your pardon if you don't like it. But yeah, these are my raw skills I can present. But I can see that many rap, hip-hop, trap people, this is the group of people doing soundproofing things like those. And I'm aiming at you guys so that you understand that studio is still a better way for you. Let's get it on. Right, guys, welcome to my small workshop. I got some building materials that are gonna help me, like plastic ones, some tape, some knife, scissors. And this, I'm gonna make this something like that. I'll make a bet. I'm gonna predict what it does, and let's see if I'm wrong or right when predicting. This thing is going to do nothing to the reverb. You're gonna have the same feel of the reverb, probably in the room. What it's gonna probably do, there's a risk. It's a moderate risk, moderate strong risk, that it's gonna do some mess for your highs and higher mids. Because it's gonna all reflect from the inside, and it's gonna comp filtering, it's gonna do some comp filtering, some phasing issues, some dips and ups, and it's gonna be kind of unpredictable. Okay, that's the large piece of foam. I don't need it. And actually, this is a professional, acoustic, isolating, vibro-isolating foam. It's dense. It's 140 kilos per cubic meter, so it's kind of a dense one. But you should not make a vocal mini booth out of it. And again, let's make a bet. My bet is that it's gonna screw up your lows and your lower mids, I think. Just the lower register of your voice, and it's gonna become also up and downs, because I'm gonna make it really tight. It's not gonna be all absorbed here. It's gonna get back, and it's gonna be messy again. Let me build it. Okay, so this is one of the ugliest things I did in my life. And it's called our soundproofing booth for our vocals #2. Right, that was the mid-range solution, and this is the professional solution. And hey, Marantz, I totally have got nothing against you, because I know that SE and many other producers are doing such things. And still, I believe they don't work. And what's going to happen here is, for the reverb effect, we might get some slight improvement, let's call it like this. But it actually is going to kill the highs and some of the mids. It's not gonna probably, it will reflect the sound. This foam is not too dense, not too thick. It's not gonna really work wonders in the bass. So what it's gonna do, it's gonna make our voice kind of boomy. It's gonna kill the highs and some of the higher mids, but it's not gonna kill the bass. So it's gonna be unbalanced, and still with the audible trace of reverb, but I'm saying that it's a potential in this that it's gonna harm the sound least. And yeah, that's it. These are my guesses. And you know what? Let's make an ultimate bet. If I'm wrong in what I say, in general, I don't mean the details. If I'm wrong, and if all this improves the recording in a reverberant room, you know what? If I'm wrong, I'm gonna sponsor this to one of you. If you're my subscriber, and if you drop me a comment below this video, I'm gonna simply send you the money so you can buy it. Let's make a deal, because I am really sure I'm quite right, and prove me wrong, guys. Yo, as you know, my studio is the place for the latest audio technologies, and this is our newest addition. Yeah, but seriously, Remember, guys, I'm not trying to offend any of you. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just trying to show you that this is really ridiculous and pointless. I already have my Q headphones to listen to the beat. I chose a beat from Epidemic Sound. I just set up a trial account there, and I hope you like the beat at least. Let's get it on. Tak, haha. Lewe ucho on the mic. Ha! Hej, cześć, siemka, jestem Paweł, tak to prawda, MC ze mnie żaden. Nie wygrywam bitów, polski hip-hop mnie nie zna. No tak, zaraz, ale przejdźmy do sedna. Skleiłem kilka wersów i stworzyłem to badziewie. Czy dobrze się bawicie? Tego tak naprawdę nie wiem, mam nadzieję, bo ja bawię się znakomicie. Muza jawie, tak, to kocham nad życie, ha. Yo. Yo. What's up, people inside internet? It's me, your MC for tonight, Paul. Rocking hard and stuff. Okay, yeah, I'm having fun. Sorry, guys, getting crazy again. But really, I am having fun with this. And this is the session. This is the take of the empty room, no soundproofing of any kind. Then comes the take with egg thing, then foam thing, MARANTZ thing, and then the proper studio thing. So it's gradual, and it's a full comparison, starting from an empty reverberant room and ending up in a real studio room that's gonna win easily for me. And now, let's check out if I owe you a MARANTZ shield, actually. And the way I prepare this, I just only listened to takes with the empty room, not to spoil it and to listen to the rest, really. I took a listen, I checked if that's in sync, and then simply visually, I took other takes and synchronized them using my, not ears, but eyes, like taking a look. Let's hope it's enough. And now's the big time to listen to it. And let's first listen to the whole take of the empty room.
Hej, cześć, siemka, jestem Paweł, tak to prawda, MC ze mnie żaden. Nie wygrywam bitew, polski hip-hop mnie nie zna. No tak, zaraz, ale przejdźmy do sedna. Skleiłem kilka wersów i stworzyłem to badziewie. Czy dobrze się bawicie? Tego tak naprawdę nie...
Yeah, it is reverberant, it is colored in some way, it's reflecting and bouncing off the walls. Yeah, it's a regular, not a studio room. Now comes the egg thing, and you know what? I'm gonna simply switch between none, like this empty room, and the egg thing, because I'm quite sure it's gonna be colored. Let's see if I'm right.
Hej, cześć, siemka, jestem Paweł, tak to prawda, MC ze mnie żaden. Nie wygrywam bitew, polski hip-hop mnie nie zna. No tak, zaraz, ale przejdźmy do sedna. Skleiłem kilka wersów i stworzyłem to badziewie. Czy dobrze się bawicie? Tego tak naprawdę nie wiem, mam nadzieję, bo ja bawię się znakomicie. Muza i audio, tak to kocham nad życie, ha.
Yes, guys, that's the first point that leads me to my conclusion that there's no point of using this. The sound is boxy, sorry to say, literally boxy, and it's still reverberant. Let's take one more listen, like of some fragments, the same fragments, let's say.
Hej, cześć, siemka, jestem Paweł, tak to prawda, MC ze mnie żaden. Nie wygrywam bitew, skleiłem kilka wersów i stworzyłem to badziewie. Czy dobrze się bawicie? Tego tak naprawdę nie wiem, mam nadzieję, bo ja bawię się znakomicie. Muza i audio, tak to kocham nad życie, ha.
If you ask me, I don't like it at all. I mean, it's boxy, it's crappy, and that's what I was afraid of. Let's take one more listen, and let's now focus on the reverb level.
Hej, cześć, siemka, jestem Paweł, tak to prawda, MC ze mnie żaden. Hej, cześć, siemka, jestem Paweł, tak to prawda, MC ze mnie żaden.
Maybe it's 10% less, but is it worth it having the tone of that kind, the general unbalanced sound like this? No way. Guys, don't do it. It works like this. I told you. Now, let's get to the foam thing, and let's also compare now like 3 maybe. And you know what? Okay, let's get to the foam and MARANTZ together. Let's not make like separate analysis because that's going to be too long. And let's simply add foam and MARANTZ thing.
Hej, cześć, siemka, jestem Paweł, tak to prawda, MC ze mnie żaden. Nie wygrywam bitew, polski hip-hop mnie nie zna. No tak, zaraz, ale przejdźmy do sedna. Skleiłem kilka wersów i stworzyłem to badziewie. Czy dobrze się bawicie? Tego tak naprawdę nie wiem, mam nadzieję, bo ja bawię się znakomicie. Muza i audio, tak to kocham nad życie, ha.
And guys, did you listen to it? Like, did you hear this? I mean, I'm ready to formulate my thoughts and make a conclusion. It makes no sense. Every single solution we try to use is simply coloring the sound in an absolutely terrible way. I mean, let's take one more listen maybe. This time, let's not make it that organized maybe. Let's just simply jump through some sections.
Hej, cześć, siemka. Jestem Paweł, tak. Tak, to prawda. MC ze mnie żaden. Hej, cześć, siemka. Jestem Paweł, tak. Tak, to prawda. MC ze mnie żaden. Nie wygrywam bitew. Polski hip-hop mnie nie zna. No tak, zaraz, ale przejdźmy do sedna.
And this is not exactly what I expected.
Hej, cześć, siemka. Jestem Paweł, tak.
These are the lower mids that got dead in this egg thing.
Hej, cześć, siemka. Jestem Paweł, tak. Tak, to prawda. MC ze mnie żaden.
Yes, something is happening there that's not totally right. And the foam thing,
Hej, cześć, siemka. Jestem Paweł, tak. Tak, to prawda. MC ze mnie żaden.
yes, it is a little bit less reverberant, but can you imagine EQing this to a form of being usable at all? I mean, it's terrible, guys. It's better to have the empty room with the natural tone on your voice, because this I can tell you without referencing it. This is the natural tone of my voice and of this mic. I know this mic, I know my RME preamp, this MARANTZ thing.
Hej, cześć, siemka. Jestem Paweł, tak. Hej, cześć, siemka. Jestem Paweł, tak. Tak, to prawda. MC ze mnie żaden. Nie, tak, to prawda. Tak, to prawda. MC ze mnie żaden. Tak, to prawda. MC ze mnie żaden. Tak, to prawda. MC ze mnie żaden.
Exactly, it killed some highs and also it squashed the mids in some random way I could not analyze like right now. Anyway, I would still say that this MARANTZ does the less amount of harm to the material, but would I use it? Would I recommend it? No way. Just stay in your reverberant room and go like this. That's gonna spoil anything and it's gonna make it worse. And the advantage of having some less little reverb is totally not worth it. You're not getting a MARANTZ from me. And now you know what? Let's compare it to the studio thing.
Hej, cześć, siemka. Jestem Paweł, tak. Tak, to prawda. MC ze mnie żaden. Nie wygrywam bitew. Polski hip-hop mnie nie zna. No tak, zaraz, ale przejdźmy do sedna. Skleiłem kilka wersów i stworzyłem to badziewie. Czy dobrze się bawicie? Tego tak naprawdę nie wiem. Mam nadzieję, bo ja bawię się znakomicie. Muza i audio, tak to kocham nad życie. Ha.
Did you hear that, guys? I hope you did. And this is the answer. The ultimate one, I believe. And I really hope that this news will spread. Because, no, if you ask me, never use egg cartons, never use foams, never build tight boxes of any kind around your mic. Because the sound in various frequencies might be absorbed a little bit, but the rest of it is going to be reflected on a very, very short distance and is gonna get back to the mic colored in highs, in the mids, not so much in the bass, which is quite obvious for me, I would say, because the wavelength is too short for the bass. Maybe this MARANTZ thing went a bit boomy somehow in the bass, as I supposed. But your highs and your mids gonna get crazy with this. If you really need to do something, here's my pro tip for you. Like, okay, you've got no money, you're just starting the things. Find the room that have bookshelves, or a sofa, or a carpet. Start there. Throw it all away. Start there. If you don't have a room of that kind, you could hear. My room still kind of went fine because I chose the best wall. Choose the wall that's not gonna reflect your initial wave of your mouth. Like, choose the wall that's gonna absorb some of your vocal energy first. If you really want to improve, you know what? Construct some acoustic panels using Isover, PT80 or Rockwool, Rockton, or any dense mineral wool. Dense, I mean, it should be 50 kilograms per cubic meter or more, preferably 80. It's like, yeah, it's really efficient most acoustically. And guys, build like 3, 4 of them, 5 of them. Make them high, like 2 meters high, preferably also. Surround your room with them. Also not too tight. Don't make yourself that tight. Vocals need air, your mic needs air, it needs space. The energy of the sound needs to go even around the room. It's gonna get back, but it's gonna lose some of its energy, and it's gonna be that nasty colored as you heard. And the best thing you can do, go to a recording studio. And I'm not gonna change my mind on it. And you know what, just to make it happen to the very end, now I'm gonna put some EQ, some compression, so we see how it goes with the beat, because we did just know the raw vocals. And now we should take some time to mix it maybe, and to try to make it sound right with the music. And I'm gonna do it the way that I'm gonna do it as a separate process for each. So I'm just gonna make a group to compress and limit the vocals, but all the EQing, saturating, de-essing, I'm gonna go for it separately for each, so that you also know what's the difficulty level of mixing of a thing of that kind. And then we're gonna also listen if the reverb is there, or maybe it's masked with music anyway, somehow, guys. Let's go. Okay, guys, so I spent like, 20 minutes on it, and I mixed every track, every vocal separately, so I was not referencing between them. I hope it's still somehow consistent. I try to keep the tone together. And then comes the group. Everything's mixed in the group. Let's take a listen and let's draw our final conclusions.
Hej, cześć, siemka, jestem Paweł, tak to prawda, MC ze mnie żaden. Nie wygrywam bitew w polski hip-hop, mnie nie znam, no tak, zaraz, ale przejdźmy do sedna. Skleiłem kilka wersów i stworzyłem to badziewie. Czy dobrze się bawicie? Tego tak naprawdę nie wiem, mam nadzieję, bo ja bawię się znakomicie. Muza i audio, tak to kocham nad życie, ha.
One more listen.
Hej, cześć, siemka, jestem Paweł, tak to prawda, MC ze mnie żaden. Nie wygrywam bitew w polski hip-hop, mnie nie znam, no tak, zaraz, ale przejdźmy do sedna. Skleiłem kilka wersów i stworzyłem to badziewie. Czy dobrze się bawicie? Tego tak naprawdę nie wiem, mam nadzieję, bo ja bawię się znakomicie. Muza i audio, tak to kocham nad życie, ha.
Guys, do I really have to add anything to it? Do I have to sum the things up? I'm totally for the studio version. Like, of course, it's quick. I'm gonna tweak it more, but it's upfront, it's there, it's the way it should be. Of course, there's not enough mixing on it. I made some mistakes, it's inconsistent. There's too much bass in the MARANTZ version. But the second of my choice would be the empty room. For the general tone, and for the tone being balanced and simply natural, I would pick this, because the rest was too much problem solving and also de-reverberating the room a bit, so the room is gone. So if you really have to, use de-reverb by RX. It's not the cheapest one, but it's gonna save your ass. And anyway, let's sum the things up. And summing the things up is like really summing it up what we already know from this video. So, first, really, save yourself trouble with constructing this crap. It's time-consuming, and save your sound and do not make yourself trouble to be solved by a skilled engineer, because probably some of you may never get the tone right. Let's say I do have some skills, so I was able to put it all somehow together in an efficient way. But you may lack skills, you may lack tools, you're asking yourself for trouble. If you have to choose, you know what? Go for a bare room and try to de-reverb. If you really have to do something, do not build any tight boxes around your microphone. Take care of the room, let the travel sound, let it even reflect. But yeah, think about absorbers. Take mineral wool. It's not the most expensive thing. You can do it yourself. Maybe one day I'm going to show you how. Maybe one day I'm going to show you more of the acoustics, how to measure. your control or recording room. I'm not the acoustics engineer, but I believe I do know some basics that may help, and they are efficient in what I do for many, many years. And guys, what do you want me to say? There's no MARANTZ as a prize. And I'm happy about it, because the best solution, and this is what I'm going to recommend to you always, choose a studio and choose your engineer to record and mix. And this is what's going to really always work best. And let me say this at the very end of the video for those of you who reached that point. I think that internet is a marvelous place. It's the biggest glory of our social life, one of the biggest achievements, but at the same time, it's one of the biggest curses of humanity. It's a cursed place because it spreads misinformation in an amazing way. So guys, be people of integrity and knowledge. Do not listen to everybody. Do not ask every worthless question hundreds of times in Facebook groups. I hate it. And that's why I make that video for you. Educate, get real sources, verify them, and get really better. Do not buy everything that they are trying to sell you. Just learn. And let's educate ourselves all the time. And this is the main reason this channel exists, because I'm learning new things every day, and I need to learn them alongside with you. I hope you liked it. That's going to be probably a long one, but I enjoyed it a lot. And I hope to see you soon, guys. Take care.
Hej, cześć, siemka, jestem Paweł, tak to prawda, MC ze mnie żaden. Nie wygrywam bitew, polski hip-hop mnie nie znam. No tak, zaraz, ale przejdźmy do sedna. Skleiłem kilka wersów i stworzyłem to badziewie. Czy dobrze się bawicie? Tego tak naprawdę nie wiem, mam nadzieję, bo ja bawię się znakomicie. Muza i audio, tak to kocham nas życie, ha. Muza i audio, tak to kocham.